My beloved brothers and sisters, one of the greatest tests Allah gives us is not always in our hardship, but sometimes in our comfort. When life is difficult, when pain surrounds us, when the walls seem to be closing in, many people find it easy to call out to Allah. They cry in sujood, they raise their hands in desperation, they weep in the last hours of the night. But the true test comes when life becomes smooth, when health is good, when wealth is plenty, when relationships are stable, when success is flowing. At that moment, the question is, do we still remember Allah, or do we forget Him in our ease? The Quran speaks so clearly about this. Allah says in Surah Yunus, when harm touches man, he calls upon us while lying on his side, or sitting, or standing, but when we remove his harm from him, he continues as if he had never called upon us to remove a harm that touched him. This is the nature of many hearts. In pain, they call to Allah, but in peace, they abandon Him. Think of your own life. How many times have we cried to Allah for an exam, for a job, for marriage, for healing, and the moment Allah opened that door, our connection weakened. We stopped praying with the same sincerity. We stopped crying in the night. We stopped giving charity. Why? Because the need was fulfilled. But the truth, my brothers and sisters, is that our need for Allah never disappears. Ease is just as much a test as hardship. One of the traps of Shaitan is that he wants to make you feel secure in the dunya, so you forget the akhirah. He makes you so comfortable with the blessings of Allah that you forget the one who gave them. He whispers, look at your money, your health, your family, your job. You don't need to strive so hard for prayer. You're fine. But the Quran warns us, do not be deceived by the life of this world. Because this life is temporary, and the real journey is the hereafter. When we look at the lives of the prophets, peace be upon them all, they never forgot Allah in times of ease. Yusuf A.S. was blessed with authority in Egypt, yet his dua was, my Lord, cause me to die a Muslim and join me with the righteous. Suleiman A.S. was granted wealth and power that no king had before him, yet he made dua, O Allah, grant me the ability to be grateful for your favors. They understood that the higher you rise in worldly comfort, the more you must bow down to Allah. But today, what happens to us? The moment life becomes comfortable, salah becomes rushed. Fajr is missed. Quran is left on the shelf. Dua becomes rare. Charity is forgotten. And slowly, the heart begins to harden. The sweetness of faith is replaced with the sweetness of dunya. Until suddenly, a hardship strikes again, and only then do we run back to Allah. My brothers and sisters, this cycle is dangerous. Because what guarantee do we have that Allah will allow us time to return? What if death comes in a moment of heedlessness? What if we meet Allah on the day when we had forgotten Him? Remember this, Allah does not need our remembrance. We need His remembrance. The one who remembers Allah in ease will find Allah with him in hardship. The one who remembers Allah when he has everything will find Allah when he has nothing. Think about the people around us. Some are tested with poverty, some with sickness, some with loss. And then there are those tested with blessings. Wealth that never seems to end, children who bring joy, homes of comfort. But many of them fail this test because they forget Allah in their luxury. And sometimes, the punishment for forgetting Allah in ease is that He takes away that very ease to wake us up. Allah says, and whoever turns away from my remembrance, indeed he will have a depressed life. Notice, He didn't say hardship only. Even in comfort, if your heart forgets Allah, you will feel emptiness, restlessness, anxiety. Why? Because the soul was created to remember its Creator. Without dhikr, without salah, without Quran, without shukr, the soul becomes sick, no matter how wealthy or healthy the body is. So how do we protect ourselves from forgetting Allah in ease? First, we must realize that every blessing is a trust. Your wealth is not yours. Your health is not yours. Your children are not yours. They are amanah from Allah. He can take them at any moment. If you remember this, gratitude will live in your heart. Second, make it a habit to worship Allah consistently, not only in times of need. Pray on time whether life is sweet or bitter. Give charity whether you are rich or poor. Read Quran whether you are free or busy. Because consistency builds connection. Third, teach your heart to say Alhamdulillah in every situation. The Prophet taught us that the one who is given and says Alhamdulillah has been rewarded just like the one who is deprived and shows patience. Gratitude is a form of worship. Fourth, surround yourself with people who remind you of Allah. Because when you are in comfort, you need reminders more than ever. Ease can make the heart lazy, but good company keeps it awake. Brothers and sisters, one of the most dangerous diseases today is the disease of heedlessness. We scroll for hours, we laugh, we enjoy, but we forget to thank Allah for the eyes that see, the fingers that swipe, the breath that keeps going. Imagine if Allah took away one blessing we take for granted, just our eyesight, or our heartbeat, or our memory. Suddenly, all the dunya would become meaningless. Let me remind you of a story. A wealthy man once went to a scholar and asked, "How can I increase my gratitude?" The scholar said, "Close your eyes and imagine being blind. Imagine never seeing your children again, never seeing the sky again. Now open your eyes. Did you thank Allah?" The man wept because he realized he had forgotten to thank Allah for the blessing of sight that was always with him. That is the reality of many of us. We only appreciate a blessing when it is gone. But the wise believer thanks Allah while he still has it. He thanks for health before sickness, for wealth before poverty, for freedom before restrictions. My beloved brothers and sisters, today I want you to reflect deeply. Look at your life. If things are going well, if you have food on your table, family by your side, clothes to wear, a roof above you, do not let Shaitan fool you into thinking you are safe. The safest person is not the one in comfort, but the one whose heart is alive with remembrance. Ask yourself, do I still cry in dua when life is good? Do I still wake up for tahajjud when everything is going smoothly? Do I still open the Quran with love when my days are easy? If the answer is no, then you are failing the test of ease. But it is not too late. The doors of Allah's mercy are always open. Return to Him now. Begin with small steps. A sincere prayer. A heartfelt dua. A regular habit of shukr. And remember the words of the Prophet, remember Allah in times of ease, and He will remember you in times of hardship. My brothers and sisters, let us not be a people who only run to Allah when we are broken. Let us be a people who walk with Allah even when we are whole. Because the true believer never forgets that every breath, every heartbeat, every smile, every blessing, is from Allah. So tonight, when you put your head on your pillow, whisper Alhamdulillah. When you eat your food, whisper Alhamdulillah. When you see your family safe, whisper Alhamdulillah. Because gratitude protects the blessing, and remembrance protects the heart. And I leave you with the dua of the Prophet, O Allah, help me to remember you, to thank you, and to worship you in the best of manners. May Allah make us among those who remember Him in ease and hardship, in public and private, in this world and the next. Ameen.